Hello, everybody. Coach Megan here, coming on live for a little pep talk. Dealing with an F it attitude. I know y'all have been there, and so you're gonna feel me on so many different levels here in a second. But I want to back up because there's a lot of you who haven't done like a challenge with me before, or maybe haven't done it in a while, and I just want to let you know that I do a lot of my coaching is, I relate it back to some of my personal experiences and some of my personal feelings, and some of the struggles that I've been through. And it's not because I want to make this about me, but I want you to see me as a relatable person, not as a superhuman that doesn't crave sugar, that doesn't love margaritas, that doesn't, struggle with nutrition and mindset and all those things, because I'm just as human as the next person. And I think that a lot of coaches, it's easy for us to make it look like it's easy and it's natural and no problem, and that's BS. So here's this story for you that I know you can relate to. So I've been doing this sugar-free me business. Personally, I started on August 30th, or it was whatever the last Monday in August was. That's when I started because, end of summer, kids were back in school. And, that's when I was like, all right, we're going dry in September, no alcohol, take out no more than once a week, which I started seeing somebody recently over the summer, and there was a lot of going out to eat, and there was a lot of drinks, and there was a lot of meeting people, and blah blah blah. So there was a lot of that going on, right? And so over the summer, I continued with my training. I trained hard through the summer. I did gain weight over the summer, but I wasn't really worried about it because I didn't necessarily. I just didn't care that much, whatever, because I felt good, I felt strong, whatever. Well, come back from Seattle, and I decided, hey, I'm gonna just go dry in September, and go really focus on this takeout thing and kind of reining it all in. And then it helps that we got sugar free me starting mid September, and now I have all these people who are doing it with me. Blah blah blah. Okay, so all that. So happy side effect of reining in the alcohol and all those things. I lost 7 pounds, right? Woohoo! So exciting, cool. Going to a scan today, a StyleCove scanner. And for those of you who don't know what that is, we have a 3D body fat scanner. It does all of your inches for you. It does, your measurements. It does your lean mass versus your fat mass, and it's a tool. It's a consistent tool. It's not like perfectly accurate as far as body fat percentage goes. I would tell that to a client, right? It's true. The body fat percentage is not spot on, and I was so irritated because my body fat did not change. And according to that scale, I was only down 4 pounds. And so, I was like, dude, like I have like really reined it in, and I've been slacking on my training the last 3 weeks because Ashley's out. So been coaching and working, and kids back in school and blah, blah, blah. Excuses, right? Whatever. If I wanted to wake up earlier than I did or stay up later, I could do that. I'm choosing not to. So my training has taken a hit, right? So like making all these excuses while I'm like stepping on the scale and going through my scan and whatever. And I'm like, why? Like, who cares, right? Like, why does this even matter? Like, why am I even trying this hard? And so all that to say that I let a tool. I felt before I stepped on the scale, before I stepped on the scanner, I felt good. I was proud of me for not for not drinking alcohol, for not doing takeout. I was proud of me for getting back in my routine. I was proud of me for prepping my meals the last several weeks and following through with that. I was proud of me for losing weight, losing a couple of pounds. Again, most of I don't necessarily care about the scale, but I was excited that the scale came back down and I was feeling good. And then all of a sudden I let this tool like take away all of those great feelings. And I'm here to tell you that I almost got into this F it attitude where I'm like, screw this, like pass me the margarita please, because now I'm pissed off. Or eat the pizza that the kids have in the fridge because screw this. But I didn't do that, because I shifted my mindset, right? I did. I opened the pantry, I opened the fridge probably like, I don't even know how many times, a lot of times, looking at these things that are there that are tempting, that go into this effort attitude. But then here's where growth happens, team. And here's with consistent mindset work and consistency. You're consistent in the gym, you're consistent with your nutrition, you're consistent with the way that you speak to yourself. Because that's part of training too, right? The way that you speak to yourself, that's part of training. Because if you are constantly talking crap to yourself and making yourself feel this big, are you really going to want to fuel your body the way that it deserves to be fueled? Are you really going to want to train your body the way it deserves to be trained? Probably not, because you're speaking to yourself like you're worthless, and you're not. You're amazing. So anyways, all that to say that this is power in mindset. And I know a lot of you, you struggle with this. You struggle with emotional eating. You struggle with the effort attitude. You struggle with instant results, right? You want these instant results because you've been being good, right? I hate saying that, so that's why I did like that. Because you've been on track, right? You've been on track for a week. You've been on track for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you expect these instant results, like these big changes are going to happen. But it's consistency in those habits. It's consistency in the way that you fuel yourself. It's consistency in the way that you're training. It's like consistency in the way that you're talking to yourself. And all of that compiled is what puts a stop to almost caving into that effort attitude, which who knows, right? Those of you who have gone into that effort attitude, and sorry, I just don't know a better thing to call it, because I know that you can feel me when I say it that way. You get into that effort attitude, you're like, how long does it take for you to come out of that, right? Like how much further and further and further down the hole are you getting before you're like, ah, crap, I'm like all the way down here, and now I got to start climbing back up to the surface where I was proud of me before, but then I just like, boom, ended back down here. Now I got to climb back up. Boom, now I'm back down here. Now I got to climb back up. So we have to be kind to ourselves. We have to speak to ourselves positively. We have to stay consistent in what we're doing. We have to stop making excuses for ourselves. I mean, whatever, call me a crazy person or whatever, but I have a lot of conversations with myself. I mean, it's coaching, right? I'm the same way I would coach a client. I'm like, dude, calm the heck down. Like, well, how are you going to feel, right? Ask yourself this. How are you going to feel if you eat the pizza? How's that going to make you feel? Guilty? Shameful? Pissed? Like, how is that going to solve your problem? Probably not. So what are other things that we can do to solve that problem? Can we take a walk? Can we, I have a deadbolt on my pantry for, kids, whatever. I opened it and shut it probably 75 times, and then I just locked it, and I'm like, you're done. We're not doing this because you are proud of you. You have come a long way. Like, you are allowed to say that to yourself. You are allowed to be proud of you, and that's cool. So anyways, guys, just a little pep talk today, because I know that, at some point, even in the next 3 weeks, maybe this weekend, right? You're going to get into this effort attitude. And I'm just here to tell you that you're worth it, and you're capable, and you're strong, and you're mentally strong, because you have a story. Everybody has a story, right? Everybody's been through some crap in their life that has made them the person that they are today. And I do believe that. So just remember that you are, like, even if you did have the drink this weekend, who cares? Like, you always have another opportunity to, like, instead of going deeper and deeper and deeper down this hole, you have the drink, and then you're like, oh crap, no, I want to be up here. So just have these conversations with yourself. And if you're not, ask for help. Like let me help you pull you, like, let me be like, give me your hand down there. Like, let me help pull you back up. That's what this group is for. That's what this challenge is for, is to pull you back up to the surface before you're, down here and you're like, oh crap. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and that you're on track, and that you feel good, and that you feel proud of you, because you are awesome, and you're capable, because you're here. So have a great rest of your day.